Hey, good morning to my Filipino subscribers. Good Sunday evening to my subscribers in America and beyond. It's nothing like the morning time in the Philippines, man. It's quiet. You hear the roosters, of course, but it's cool. You breathe in that fresh air, man. It's nothing like it. So when you get here, get up early in the morning, man. Go out of your hotel, your condominium, wherever you staying, and get up about 6:30. Get you a cup of coffee, whatever you drink in the morning, get your newspaper and just sit out and you'll see what I'm talking about. I want to thank my viewers. I want to thank my subscribers, for stopping by the channel or watching my videos. I'm really thankful for that, man. I can't thank you enough. I never get rich in money doing this, but it does give me something to do, and I enjoy it. I enjoy giving information that I think can help the new man or woman when they come over here for the first time, whether it's on a vacation or to retire. And I say this all the time because I don't know if this is your first video you watched or the 10th video you watched, but my 11 years over here doesn't make me an expert, okay? But it gives me a unique perspective. And I just want to share that perspective because I think it can be helpful. And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to come off as a know-it-all or anything like that. Because if I do, I'm missing the mark. I don't want to turn anybody off. I just want to be a guide, so to speak. So when you step off the plane in Manila or Cebu, you be better equipped. You can go from a tourist class to a first class existence over here. And that's my goal. But I just want to talk a little bit today about the big pink elephant in the Philippines. And it's walking around the Philippines, but people pretend that it's not there. They can't see it. And there's a civil war going on here. Let's just be frank about it. And I'm kind of embarrassed that I just now got around to talking about it. And before I even get started, I'm not going to go into any detail. I don't know enough about it. It's none of my business. I don't pay taxes here. I don't vote here. This isn't a critique against the government or a critique against the other side. I want to make that clear because a lot of times as Americans, even though Filipinos can understand English, a lot of times they misinterpret what we say and it can get you in trouble. And this topic could get you killed, could get me killed. And I don't want that. All I'm trying to do is make the new man and woman and anybody that's never been over here, that's contemplating coming over here, aware of that. When you get off that plane, of that big pink elephant walking around the Philippines. I might be too harsh when I say civil war, but there's a military conflict here. Let's be honest. It's been going on for a long time, and just depends on who you want to talk to, what you've read. But it's been going on for a long time. But I can give the government credit. The government keeps it off the front page. It keeps it out of the view of the public and especially the tourists. But sometimes it rears its head. As you saw in Marawi, down in Mindanao, you saw the Zamboanga siege in 2013. There was an incident not long ago. 44 policemen were killed, but it's a war, okay? The bullets being fired, there's people dying, the bombs being dropped, the whole 9 yards. And it was shocking to me. I never seen that on the radar when I came here. No one ever talked to me about it. I didn't know it existed. And it's one of those things that just jumps out at you when somebody tells you that, when you become aware of it. But again, remember, this is the reason I give you the information I give you, so you can keep a low profile here. See, there's a lot going on in the Philippines that we have no idea about. We don't know this place for real. We don't know the ins and outs. There's a lot going on here. And if you want to come over here and try to be Mr. Billy Badass, man, they're going to send you home in a casket. It's a lot going on over here. And that's why I tell you guys, man, keep a low profile. Come over here and have a good time. Enjoy the cake. And I like to call Philippines the cake because it's the cake. Everything else It's the icing. Whatever else you come over for is the icing. The Philippines is the cake. So keep a low profile when you come over here because for some reason, and I don't know, a guy made a comment the other day. He said, man, I like the way you talk around those roosters. You know, a lot of times I've gotten used to it. I can't even hear the roosters. And I think that's what it is with the Filipino people. They've gotten so used to this conflict that they go about their lives as if it doesn't exist. And see, that's what would draw you in. That's what will fool you. You would never even know it unless somebody tells you. I mean, up in those mountains, down in certain parts of Mindanao, man, they're fighting, man, furious firefights, and you know, right now, while I'm speaking, okay. But I want to make you aware of that, you know, and so when you get off the plane, you don't have to do all that meddling and asking people questions. You don't want to talk about this stuff over here, man. We don't pay taxes over here. We don't vote. It's none of our business. You didn't come over here to study their Civil War, and if you did, you're looking for trouble. Okay? I just wanted to let you know that it's there. Because in some parts of the Philippines, you can't even talk about it. When I was in Zamboanga, you know, the first thing they tell you, don't ever say the word Abu Sayyaf. Don't even say it. Don't say the word rebel. Don't say any of that stuff like that. I mean, you can't even fit your mouth to say it because you don't know the good guys from the bad guys. This isn't America, man. So, sometimes in America, as I'm born and raised in America, I'm 57 years old, I can't look at people and tell you whether or not they're born in America or not, or whether they're Americans or not. But over here, if you see a Filipino, you know he's from the Philippines, okay? And it's hard to distinguish one from the other. So you don't know the good guys from the bad guys. That's why they've been able to thrive for so long. Because they can slide right in, you know. And it's so many different groups, you know. And like I said, I'm not knocking one side or the other. I want to make you aware of the big pink elephant walking around the Philippines, you know. Because nobody's probably ever told you about it. You probably do get some snippets in the American press, but they're always talking about terrorists and all that stuff. No, this goes deeper than that. Everybody's not a terrorist, you know. There are true freedom fighters still in the world. You know, everybody's not a terrorist. You know, we love to use that word over in America. They don't even really know what's going on. So you get little bits and pieces like that, but you really don't know. There's a full-fledged war going on here. So just wanted to tell you that. Stay on your toes, stay alert. You know, when you come over here, you're never even going to realize it. And I give that credit to the government. They keep it off the front page. They keep it away from the public, especially the tourists. But it's over here. And it's a pink elephant. And nobody wants to talk about it, so don't you come over here talking about it. You know, and if you're the government and you're watching this, or if you're on the other side and you're watching this, this is not a critique of either side. I'm not meddling. I don't know enough about that conflict. It's none of my business. I don't vote here, I don't pay taxes here. But I'm making the new man and woman aware that when you get off that plane in Manila, when you get off that plane in Cebu, there's a big pink elephant waiting, man. So if you got any comments, put in the comments. You know, I'd like to hear your view, especially if you live here. You can kind of help me out with this. But remember, I'm boots on the ground. I'm right in the middle of all of this, see? And it's for your benefit. I'm not on the edges like a lot of these vloggers, you know, in these fancy towers and hotels, and they looking down on the locals and giving you a play-by-play and all that. No, I don't do that. See, I give you the nitty-gritty. And all the nitty-gritty is what I'm seeing down here, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. That's the nitty-gritty, and I'm never going to sugarcoat it. Not for views, not for subscribers or anything like that. This channel here is for the new man and woman. I'm trying to give you some information so when you come over here, when you get off the plane, it makes your trip or your stay more enjoyable. Just little things to look out for to avoid a lot of the mistakes I made. Okay, It's not going to make you some Philippine expert. There's no such thing as that unless you're a Filipino historian, of which I'm not, because the Philippines is very vast, it's very diverse. Okay? I wasn't even going to talk about that this morning. When I got up, it was put on my mind. It said, you should be ashamed of yourself. You haven't told the people even about the big pink elephant walking around the Philippines. So I apologize for that, but I got it out today, and I'll do a better video later with some good scenic backgrounds and showing you around the place. But it's important that I let you know that, because there's certain places, some of the most beautiful places in the Philippines, foreigners can't visit. Tawi-Tawi, okay? If you're a bird watcher, you know, before all of this craziness started, it was a spot where bird watchers from all over the world would come to see some of the most exotic birds that you can't see anywhere else on the planet. Was in Tawi-Tawi. Pristine waters, pristine beaches, but you can't go there. Because if you go there, you know, the same thing's going to happen to you that happened to, I believe he was a Frenchman, or he may have been an American. It was a few years back. He was a bird watcher. And, of course, they kidnapped him, but his guide got away. So you open yourself up to that, you know. Don't go in places like that. You know, the locals can go, but you can't go. Holo Salud, Basilan. I mean, these places, they have pristine white sand beaches because nobody goes there. Okay? But I wanted to make you aware of that. Thank you for stopping by. Remember, my channel, I'm trying to be a resource. I'm not trying to be an expert. I'm trying to be a resource for the new man or woman who's contemplating coming over here, you know, for a slow vacation, to retire, just to visit. Okay? I want to be their handbook, so to speak, because there's a handbook on the Philippines. Let's be real about it. And you can read it, and you can come over here, and you can thrive and succeed. I just didn't read it. I got right on the plane, came over here, and got my head busted. Okay? I made mistake after mistake after mistake. So what I try to give you is my secrets, but they're not really secrets. They're just the mistakes that I made. So to help you avoid making those same mistakes and have a good time over here, because this is a magic kingdom to me. Every day I wake up, man, it's like I'm in paradise. Really. It's true, man. But thank you so much. I know it's getting late in America. If you haven't helped anybody over there, please, before you go to bed, help somebody. And if you're in the Philippines, before the day's over with, help somebody, because if I don't know nothing else, this is one thing I know for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Thank you so much. Stay COVID free, stay safe. See you when you get here. But remember, there's a big pink elephant walking around. And if you see it, push it out of your way and head to Boracay. Thank you.